Okay, all right. So, good afternoon, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to this special Women's Day session. The session's topic is From Burnout to Breakthrough, and we are here to reclaim our identity as a woman and as a mother. So many of you are joining in for the first time. You don't know me. So a little bit about myself. I am Manika Goyal, a counseling psychologist and also a mind coach, especially for the students and for the parents, and also your host for today. I'm truly, truly grateful to see so many wonderful women joining us today. And let's give a big round of applause to each one of us. Let's give a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in today. So before I even start with my session, I just want to take a moment to say that I really took 40 long years to understand my value. Right? And I'm sure many of you can relate to this. So today I am saying this to a woman, maybe to the woman I was, that I love you. And I want everyone to say this along with me to the women that you were, that I love you. To the woman that you are right now, that I am so proud of you. And to the women that I will be, I am really, really excited to meet you. I hope everyone is saying that to yourself. Thank you. So, you know what? We all women, we do some incredible work, right? We are managing multiple roles, being a mother or being a professional, maybe being a homemaker, maybe being just a housewife or a guide for our children. But somewhere in between all of these responsibilities, we slowly start losing a little part of ourselves. How many of you agree with this? Type AG in the chat box if you agree that among all these responsibilities, there is something which is missing, right? And we start questioning our confidence. We start questioning our identity. We start questioning our own dreams. But the fact is that the entire society is built by, emotionally strong women only. How many of you are ready to become an emotionally strong woman today? If you are ready, type ESW in the chat box. Type ESW if you feel that you want to become a really empowering and an emotionally strong woman today. Thank you. Thank you for being so honest. And that's purely the intention behind today's session. And for that, I have an amazing group of panelists today with me who are doing some incredible work in supporting other women. There are some teen parenting coaches who are supporting parents to help their teenagers, to help their children. So I would take a moment here to introduce all the panelists here. So I hope all the panelists have their cameras switched on. Okay. Yes, we have. And I would really request everyone else also to please come on the camera. It's going to be an interactive session. We are going to be starting with some activities also. So that would be, great if you all are here in front of us so that we know that you all are listening to us, even though, it's okay if we are doing some work, but let's just be here on the camera and enjoy this session. Okay. All right. So first we have Miss Anuradha. Anuradha, just say hi. Okay. So Anuradha has an experience of 25 years in training students, teachers, parents, even principals, corporate, and also some government officials. And today she is also a part of training the DSPs of Telangana State Police. So thank you, Anuradha, for joining in. Next, we have Piali Sarkar. Piali, can you just, you, okay. So Piali is a teen parenting coach. She's a founder of Mission Empowering Mind. So you can see MEM on her screen, right? So she's passionate about helping emotionally overwhelmed moms to turn their conflicts, their challenges into connection with their teens and raise future leaders. So for all of the parents here, all of the women and mothers here who are raising the teenagers, you can put up your questions in the chat box related to your teens, related to any parenting challenges that you are facing. We have one more teen parenting coaches, so you can definitely, put up your questions. So we have Nayan here, Nayan Sawant. Nayan is from Mumbai, and she is on a mission to support the mothers in navigating the teenage years with confidence, calmness, and deeper connection. So Nayan is also a life coach. So people from Mumbai, you can definitely connect with Nayan for any teenage related challenges that you're facing. Okay. We also have Priya Darshini here. Priya Darshini, hi. Okay, so she's a certified mindfulness facilitator and the founder of Gamana, which is a mindfulness initiative dedicated to helping people reconnect with themselves in the middle of busy, demanding lives. And I truly feel that this is the need of an hour for all of us, because we all are handling so many things right now. We don't even realize how much we have, overburdened ourselves with all the responsibilities, and it's high time that we take out some time for ourselves and just be in the present. And that's what, she does. So welcome, Priya, to this session. Then we have Ms. Megha Sharma. Megha is an RCI certified special educator and counseling psychologist with over 13 years of experience in the field of child and adolescent development, including 5 years of international professional practice as well. Her work is driven by one clear mission, that to make emotional intelligence as non-negotiable as the academic excellence. Again, something which is a need of an hour for most of the parents here, because of so many challenges that we all as mothers, we face with the parents. And I see, being a mind coach and a counseling psychologist myself, I know I come up with, so many queries from parents saying that, the child is autistic, the child is having ADHD, and ADHD, I think it's become so common these days that if the parent sees the child hyperactive, and they label it, okay, my child is having ADHD. But we need to understand a lot about, a child before we even label them. So Megha, welcome to this session. Thank you so much for joining in today. And last but not the least, we have Miss Preeti from Ghaziabad. Preeti is also into women empowerment. She is running a digital academy where she empowers women and inspire young minds through her programs. So welcome, Preeti. Welcome to this session. Thank you so much for joining in. So are you all excited for this session? How can I see the excitement when you all are you have switched off your cameras? Come on, switch on your camera and let me see the excitement on the faces. Very excited. Okay. All right. Okay. So do we have any questions here? Do we have any questions here for the panelist? So before we start discussing about the topic for today, which is burnout to breakthrough, I would like to take up any questions if you have one or two questions, so that we can start off with our session. Otherwise, we'll start off with the topics. Right? If you have, please do put up your questions here. And meanwhile, I also have few questions, so there are some of the mothers from my community who couldn't join for some reason, and but they have sent me few of the questions. So is it okay that we start the session with that? Yeah. Let's take up one of the question. But before we even start off with the session, I know all of us you have taken out some time from your busy schedule after being, running here and there. So this is the time when we all just need a little bit of mindfulness exercise. Yes, a little bit of, relaxation for now to even start and listening to anything. So I would request Priyadarshini to just, take the stage and do a small activity. What do you suggest, when something like this is happening, and we know we are always running here and there with so many things and overwhelmed with कि अभी बच्चों का कुछ करना है, हस्बैंड का कुछ करना है, अपना काम करना है, घर मैनेज करना है, there are guests coming and there are so many things going on. So at that moment, what do you suggest? Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Manika. Firstly, a warm welcome to all of you and happy International Women's Day today and every day for you, beautiful women. Like Manika said, before we dive deeper into the discussion today, I'd like for all of you to perform what I call as a 60-second re-entry. Yeah, it's a 60-second re-entry along with me, right? So all of y'all have joined this session, right? But at the back of your head, I'm sure all of you have at least three things that you want to do right after the session. Agree? At least
Yes.
something at the back of your head, something that's
Yes.
pending, something that you want to do, right? But I also want to remind you that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Do you all agree? And most importantly, you cannot lead, you can't love, or you can't even create if you don't know who's the one who's doing the pouring. Are you all aware that you're actually doing a lot of pouring, but your cup is empty most of the time? Do you all agree? Yeah. So I invite you to take this 1 minute experience with me. And for this, I request all of you to please close your eyes, keep your spine straight, your chin up, and with a gentle smile, plant your feet as firmly as possible into the floor. Feel the floor supporting you. And remember, this is your foundation. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, imagine you are dropping the the roles of a mother, the role of being an employee, the role of being a provider, the role of a caregiver. We are dropping all of these roles at the door. Remember, they will all be there when you leave, but they don't need to be in this chair with you right now at this moment. While you continue to breathe in and breathe out, I want you to reconnect with yourself and yourself alone. All your roles stay aside. This is you going back to your true identity, being in the moment, embracing yourself. And while you continue to breathe in, place one hand on your chest, on your heart, and ask yourself silently, who am I in this moment? When no one is asking me for anything, who am I really? Just notice the sensation, and that's the person we are here to talk to today. While you continue to breathe in and breathe out, this is you here for yourself, being a little more kinder, gentler, firmer for your own self, and remembering that the power truly lies within you and you alone. And when you're comfortable, gently open your eyes and remember it is all you. How's everybody feeling at the moment? In the room, in the session? Being here for yourself. Yes. A little more calmer. Yeah. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful activity. Thank you for trying to reclaim yourself. Yes. Over to you, Monica.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful, Priya. And I'll tell you, what actually happened when you asked one question, that who are you feeling, who are you right at this moment when there is no responsibility, when nobody's asking you anything, and who do you think you are? And it took me a while to actually think about who am I right now, because we always look ourselves as a mother, as a wife, or maybe an employee of, if we are working in an organization, because that's the only role that we think we are doing, right? But it actually took a while, and when we I just simply thought about myself, I felt like a small child. I just went back to my childhood, free of responsibilities, doing nothing, playing around. That's the only image I got. So yeah, I would love to know from others also, what was your experience? Was there anything that that stuck, or that made you just stop for a while and go back to a moment? Anybody who wants to share anything? I would love to hear people out. So don't just please be back of your cameras. Just come up and speak. Let's have an interaction here. This is for you all. That's the only intention, to make you feel good after this session. Anybody wants to say?
Thank you, Priyadarshini. I could see a beautiful, in the olden days, we had those cameras with negative, right? So I was that beautiful alone all by myself, and I could actually visualize it. Thank you. It was a beautiful feeling. Wonderful.
Great, great, great.
Thank you,
Thank you, Anu.
Anuradha.
Thank you, Anu, for sharing that.
I
Okay,
think,
let's
Monica,
proceed.
like you said, most of them, how many of you actually went back to your childhood and could only think of that? I think it's me, like, even when
Yeah,
I
I
said the
I
prompt,
I
right?
really, matlab, I have never felt that thing. But the moment you said that, you dropped the role of everyone, and just imagine that there is no one around you and there's nobody asking you for anything. That's the thing, because it's only like, I know my kids are always mama ye chahiye, mama ye. So I, for a moment when I felt okay, when nobody's asking me anything, so that's the image which I could just see. So yeah, thank you so much. That was really nice. Okay. Okay, Priya, any other one small activity that we can do along with, before we start off with the session, so that um yeah, we can just have any activity with everyone.
Sure. Since we're talking about the roles that we play, right? So if all of you have a pen and paper with you, I'd like for you to draw a circle, right? So the circle is basically you as an individual. And now I want you all to imagine or take like a minute and remember all the roles that you play. Now I want you to choose the roles that you voluntarily choose. Like you have to do it, right? To be outside the circle. Sorry, you have to, it's like you personally want to do it to be inside the circle. And the roles that you play wherein you do not, you have half-hearted uh, uh,
We're
interest
just
in playing
doing
those
it. We're
roles.
just
Yeah,
doing,
and you're
yeah.
just doing it like an on an autopilot sort of a
Yeah.
thing, to be written outside the circle. Let's take a
Hmm.
moment to reflect as to what are the roles that you play. This could be the role of a neighbor, the role of a teacher, the role of a friend, the role of probably a passerby on the road, wherein you're just exchanging smiles to somebody, right? So this could be, probably you consider yourself as an introvert and you do not like that interaction, right? What are these roles that you consider to be within your circle, and what are the roles that you anyway play but is very much outside your circle, but you end up doing it?
Hmm.
Can we take a minute and do that? Yeah, if you all of you have your pen and paper with you.
Yeah, sure. And please, everyone here in the room, let's all do this activity together. Okay. Okay, I think we all, Prabjot, I'll just remove you from the spotlight. I think these are the panelists which are on the spotlight. Yeah. Okay.
Just a circle. The roles you like to play. It could be sister, mother, friend, companion, a spouse, a daughter, an aunt. I think that's a very beautiful relationship. And there are no right and wrong answers. Whatever you think is right at the moment is absolutely fine. Nobody's judging you, and I want you to be as honest as possible with you because this is your sheet for your reference, and you do not have to share it unless you are comfortable doing so. Yeah?
I think we have to really think about the roles, you know. There are so many roles that we are playing.
Yes. Now, while you do this, I want you to also see which is the role that's mostly draining you and which is the role that charges you. Yeah, maybe being a neighbor annoys you a little bit, and maybe being a mother charges you up to an extent that you can't imagine. Meeting your students, if you're a teacher, a counselor, a guide, a mentor, if that gives you greater happiness, just take a minute to note those roles and see how happy you are just embodying that particular role. If anybody has anything to share at this moment.
I will, Priyadarshini, I would like to share that when I was doing this exercise, I realized that within one role, there are so many micro roles we play. And all the micro roles we don't like. Maybe the main role we like, but the micro roles, we just do it because we have to do it. So just now I felt that. Thank you so much for this realization,
That's a
for giving
very
this
good
realization.
observation, Priyali. I think that's fantastic, right? Because
Absolutely.
mostly it's like an autopilot mode that we work on. You get up, you walk straight to the washroom, you brush your teeth, and it just becomes a routine. And the roles that we also perform have become as such right now because it could be a lifestyle or a monotonous structure or, various other factors influencing that.
Yes. Okay, so if you all have done this activity, just type done in the chat box so that we can move on with the next thing. And if you have not done this, I would request you all to just take your time. I know sometimes, we need time to think about it and then work on it. So you can take your time and do this activity. I'm sure that will open up a lot of things for you. Okay. All right. So now if anybody has any questions for our team, so please put up your questions. And meanwhile, I have few questions for my team because few of my members, like I said, they didn't, they couldn't turn up for the session. So one of the questions that I have received is that why my teen is getting so much addicted to screen more and more, and any kind of conversation with them, any kind of digital control, nothing is able to stop them. So what can I do? It's one of the questions that I have received, and I think Piali, you would be the right one to answer this question, because you're handling a teenager, as a teen parenting coach. So, what would you suggest for? And if anybody here who can relate with this question, anybody is a mother of a teenager, and you also relate to this question, type relatable in the or just R in the chat box, so that we know that these are the questions which I feel all the mothers of a teenager they are facing, and not just for a teenager. I think this is for all the kids. Yeah. So if you feel that this question is somewhere related to you, type R in the chat box. Yeah, Piali, over to you.
Thank you so much, Manika, for giving me the opportunity to answer this question. First of all, happy Women's Day to
Yeah.
all the beautiful moms and not more, even if you're not a mom, woman. Such a beautiful event, and it's not like a common event where we speak and all this, like all of us are us. And thank you so much, Priyadarshini, for bringing that beautiful 1 minute meditation where we felt that who we are, like kind of, is a big question. So for this question, I feel this is a very practical question, Manika, you asked. There are so many tips over internet from the coaches, from the influencers,
Yeah.
do this, do that. But ultimately, most of the moms, they feel that nothing is working. After 7 days, if it works for 7 days, 10 days, but nothing is working after that. Why? Why it is happening? The reason, we actually see the things in a different way. Now, if you all can see that I'm having a specs in my eyes, right? Now imagine that if I wear a green glass, green specs, I will see everything green, right? So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to change your perspective. I'm going to change the spec that we all are wearing to see the problem. Okay. So when we are thinking about teenagers or any children getting addicted towards the screen, the first thing come in our mind, screen is bad, and or our children are bad, like they are getting addicted means they are so bad, and we continuously keep on thinking about that. Now where our focus goes, now I'll do a small activity, small thing, okay, 30 seconds. If I ask, and all of you please do that, if I ask to check any blue things in your surroundings, just check, come back. Now any one of you can answer. What is the red thing you found out? Don't look back. Just tell me, what is the red thing you found over there?
Okay. Yeah, I think your focus was on blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now all of our focus on that thing is complaining about the children, getting irritated about the children. And the more and more we are complaining, the more and more we are focusing on that our children are bad, why they are getting addicted and all. Our whole focus is there. And in that, the red things, what we are missing, why they are getting addicted. And you know what? There are 5 to 6 reasons why initially children get addicted. We all are spiritual creature in an emotional form. So our children have certain emotional needs. What kind of emotional needs? Number one, to feel to be seen, to feel to be heard, to feel to be soothed, to feel to be significant, to feel to be successful. And these are the major 5 or 6 reasons what once they become 10, 11, 12 years, they try to find out. Now we see them, we hear them. But the thing is, this is the time when we start thinking that they are growing up now, they can manage everything on their own, and we leave it on them. And finally, we miss those emotional need. For an example, if a child is getting poor scores, so either we tell them effort, put more effort, or we say that why couldn't you do that? Why didn't you put more effort? Any of those things. But at that moment, maybe the child's need is to being soothed. It's okay. It's okay, you got less scores. Try next time. It's okay. Okay, can you tell me why did you get less scores? Why did you feel? Okay, I also got less scores in so many exams. So this is what is the feeling of being soothed. Now, in the rush of life, we miss that. It's not our bad, but we miss that at that moment. But please remember, I was going and checking the history of, development of screens, mobile, and all those. Those were developed by the biggest psychologist in the world. And the screens are designed in such a way that they will fulfill all those 6 needs beautifully. In the virtual world, the moment the child gets the mobile, the child has the control whom he or she will allow in the friend circle, whom he or she will not allow. Everything is in control. The child will decide, I'm going to play this game because this gives me the feeling of being soothed. No one is there to monitor. So the feelings, these 6 needs are fulfilled by the screen, what we are not able to. That is the initiation of the addiction. Once they get addicted, the dopamine secretion happens and they keep on doing that, keep on doing that. But the initiation is we are missing to fulfill this major 6. There could be something beyond this major 6 emotional needs, and that's why they get addicted and addicted and addicted. But the more we are going to focus on complaining, creeping, or finding flaws in our children, we will miss to see the scenario as is. So this is the answer. If
Wonderful.
I'm able to make it
Yes. I think that
easy.
was an eye-opener thing because the 6 needs, this was something we were not any one of you who are aware of this fact of 6 needs. Type 6 in the chat box if you actually know about it. So that was really nice, and I hope many parents here who are actually looking out for this answer about screen addiction, about too much of screen time for the child. This is one answer. I hope that question has been answered.
And please let me know if it is helpful. If it is
Yes,
helpful, please type
please,
H in the chat
type in the chat
box.
box helpful or H in the chat box so that we know that, whatever we are discussing, can we have the 6 needs again? Rajni is asking.
I'll type in the chat box. So the needs are feeling to be seen,
Okay, you all
feeling
can,
to be
yeah.
heard, feeling to be heard, feeling to be soothed, feeling to be significant, and feeling to be successful. Majorly this 6 need.
We have
And
5
you will
now.
see
One more must be there.
feeling to
4,
be
5.
seen, feeling to be
Seen, heard,
heard,
soothed. Yeah, significant, successful. There is one more.
feeling to be successful, and feeling to be recognized or understood. That's it. Feeling to be in control. We can also say feeling to be in control.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. Thank you so
6
much,
needs.
Piali, for answering this. This was really helpful, and
You're most welcome.
I'll definitely get back to my community. The women who has actually asked me this question. Okay. The other one that I have received is parents' beliefs and fears keep hurting them. Instead of focusing on the solutions, they keep repeating the problems. That's one of the very general thing that they have come up with. So I know the beliefs and fears that they have with them that keeps hurting them. I think, Nayan, you can be the right person to answer this question. What could be? Yeah, you can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I would love it. Just give me 5-10 minutes. I'm just, my laptop. I'm starting my laptop.
Okay, no
Just 2 minutes.
no worries. Okay. Meanwhile, anyone else who has any question for our panelists, so we have mindfulness, coach also. We have an special educator also. If you feel your child is having any kind of trouble, in terms of you feel that they are hyperactive, at home, or you see some kind of changes in your child, or you want to discuss anything, feel free to write your questions here. And meanwhile, I would just love to hear from you, Megha, and if you can just throw some light on your thoughts about how a mother can actually take care of a child who is having some kind of a maybe a learning disability or any other things that you deal with? Yeah, I'm just okay. Can you unmute now? Yes.
Hi everyone. I am Megha. I am a special educator and a counseling psychologist. It's so lovely to see you all there. Um, Having worked with adolescents for so long, more than a decade now, and actively engaging with parents, there's a very interesting observation. The entire paradigm of parenting has shifted. I feel the weight is on the shoulders of the father and mother now. And if we go back and look back the way we were raised, it was like it takes an entire village to raise a child. It would be a joint family setup. If not that, neighbors were actively involved. A neighbor had a free hand of reprimanding a child or correcting a child. So, this entire uh, this empowerment movement कि नारी तुम सर्व शक्तिशाली हो, तुम सब अकेले कर लोगी, तुम्हें ही अकेले पेरेंटिंग करनी है, ऐसा नहीं है. It's about time we start delegating छोटा छोटा सा stuff, again and again I tell my parents that it takes a village to raise a child. You can't be one man army, because the emotional intelligence has to be mirrored by all the stakeholders in the child's life. And as they say that you are an average of the five people you spend most of your time with, so the onus doesn't only lie on the mother's shoulders कि मुझे ही देखना है सब. And also coming back to the disabilities these days, ADHD is the most overdiagnosed symptoms. Every child who is brimming with energy is labeled ADHD left, right, and center. Children just need to be put into endurance sports, maybe music classes, anything that grabs their attention, that increases their sitting tolerance and attention span. Few children who actually have, then again, there's a lot of stigma that comes with the ADHD and autism is of 5 types, ADHD is of 3 types. So whether it is inattentive or it is hyper or it is both the conditions coexisting together. But again I'll reiterate, highly overdiagnosed. It's just our children need a lot of playtime. Also, something to notice here, boys and girls are made to sit in the same class, wherein boys have these testosterone surges in them, especially at the age of 5 to 7. So they
Yeah.
need physical activity 10 times more than their female students sitting in the same class. So just make them run and hop and play. And I think so that solves most of the problem here. Also, any kind of endurance sports, swimming works very well. It's just like yoga, you control your breath. And sitting tolerance and attention span, we need to work on that, because ultimately, when they'll grow up and they'll start preparing for competitive exams, which will take a long number of hours to clock in every day, that is what will be required. And I feel it's a good thing to be high on energy. Why we need to tame that? Well, isn't it a good thing to be brimming with energy? And I don't deem it. Why so much stigma comes with, why there's nothing like perfection. There's no perfect marriage. There's only a good marriage. There's a healthy marriage. There, so let's not be perfect women. Let's not be perfect mothers. Let's just be healthy mothers, and let's try to be good mothers. That's all. And I'll end with that. Thank you, everybody,
Yeah,
for
yeah. I think that was so lovely and such new thoughts for many of the women out there, so I'm sure they have got some insights on why, why do we always keep labeling our child as कि बहुत hyperactive है, that's the thing we keep hearing. Like, I think we all are coaches, we keep hearing this one thing कि मेरा बच्चा बहुत hyperactive है. I think it's a good thing. Like you said, it's obviously a good thing to be an hyperactive, but yeah, certain things when it has been prolonged for a longer period of time, then it's something that needs to be, taken care of. Yeah, thank you, Megha. Thank you for your insight. Okay, so we have one question, very nice question from Rajni here. And the question is, how do we introduce sex orientation or education to small kid of around 4 to 6 age group? And I feel, Anuradha, you're the best one to actually answer this. Please, Anuradha, yes, you can just take the stage and let Rajni know about it.
Good evening. A wonderful Women's Day to all of us. Thank you, Priyadarshini, for that beautiful activities. And thank you, Manika, for giving us this beautiful opportunity. And Piyali, you answered it so well, Megha. It was really wonderful. Now, yes, little children, I would like to share a real incident that happened when I was working as a principal to a premium school, nursery to UKG, with 363 students. One of the class teachers, came running up to my office, and then she mentioned, ma'am, there is this boy who just made the girl sleep on the bench, and he was getting over her. And the age of the boy was only 4.5 years. I said, please don't panic. It is absolutely okay. And I told her not to say anything to the boy, just take care of the boy and the girl and then get back. I sent a word to the boy's parents that they come and meet me the next day. So it so happened that we didn't complain. I was only speaking to them, and there was nothing that the parents were responsible for. But we wanted to actually understand what could have made that boy do that thing. Now, after speaking to the parents, I realized that they live in a very small house where all of them sleep together. So the father was away for quite some time, and then he returned, and thinking that the children were asleep. Okay, this is very natural because the father was away for such a long time. And this is the only reason that in all the other countries except India, unless until you have a separate bedroom and a car seat, the children are not allowed to go back from the hospital with the parents.
Yes.
But unfortunately, in India, for whatever reasons, we accept all of them. However, educated parents, we should understand this one important scientific research that children listen more when they are asleep. Their brains are much faster working. And hence, we need to be extremely careful. They do not understand what is happening around them, but they have this ability to replicate everything that they see, hear, feel, touch, and come across in their experience. Okay, so now we cannot term this incident as anything about sex or physical activity or anything of that such. It is just that the child must have seen or heard or misunderstood or out of whatever. Today, movies are doing much of it, and most of our parents are, though the censor says that above 18 or above 21 or above 10, still we do not bother. We all sit together and watch. So saying, most of the parents who have come to me, they said, however, they should know about it. What is wrong? How much can you stop them? No, it has a great, great effect of what they see and what goes around them. Yes, so this is one part of it. However, the question is, how should you help the child understand or give them that sex education? Now, this is one more important thing. We all belong to India, and in India, the traditional Gurukul method was after the child was 10 years, they were sent out of the house to a guru. The reason why they did that was, at the age of 10, the entire body and mind is totally formed. That is when the child is able to communicate about everything that is happening to them. But today we are sending the children outside by 2.5 or 2 years. Some people by 6 months or 1 year too. Now, hence, this has become very important that we train them on sex education. Now, there is a difference. Sex education is different from sex safety. One more incident. Exactly 3 days before, I met a person who is today, that mother is close to 42 years. And she said that when she was 4 years, she clearly remembers it, that the teacher asked her to go and get chalk piece from the office room. And she said, Anu, today is the first time I am discussing this with you. So she's 42. So how many years back did she go through this? So when she went to the office, she doesn't remember who that person was, but he has shown her the penis and said, if you touch this, I will give you the chocolates. How many years back? Okay. And still today it hit her. And she said, today after I said this to you, it relieved. I couldn't speak this to my father because then I didn't understand. But after I got married, I cannot say this to my husband because he doesn't understand. And you're the first person who I felt that even if I share it with you, I'll be safe and I'll be comfortable. And then she said, yeah, I'm relieved today. This just happened 3 days before. And today's child, in terms of movies, in terms of web series, in terms of ads, in terms of all kinds of things, they are, so many things it is getting into their mind. So how important it is that we have to tell the children about this. There are beautiful books called Gulu for boys. Okay. And then there is one more book which will actually talk about how you have to be around people who you don't know. And this will start the moment they are born. All of us, when they come to see the child for the first time, we say, smile, smile. And if they don't smile, you do something or the other and make them smile. And when someone comes home, namaste karo. And if somebody is touching them, you allow. So we should stop that from the day they are born. Do not force the child and may normalize it, saying that I can force you so anybody else can force. So from day one, it should not be there. If the child is not ready to smile, even if they are 1 hour old, let us not do that. If a grandfather wants to touch and if the child doesn't want, no. If the grandmother wants to touch and no gender. Now, grandmother can touch you, grandfather can't touch you. Don't do that. Without your will and without your wish, and even mother and father should take permission to touch them because they may not like it. There are some children who I have come across. Research again says that not everybody is touchy. Okay, that's why, sometimes I've seen some mothers also, they'll hug them tight and say, isko to bilkul pasand nahi hai, chumma den. Yes, whether it is mother or father or anybody, there are some bodies that don't like anybody to touch them. And if you're normalizing them, because children can't understand, like whether I should say no to mommy or no. First they said no to mommy, they said no to daddy, but we force them. So when they come to a stranger, in their mind, whether we say no or not, they are going to force us. So however, and they're keeping quiet. So from day one, from the time the child is born, it becomes our responsibility that we are not forcing the child to say hello, to sing a song, or to allow anybody to touch them, or do anything that they don't like. Then only it will develop into a practice that anything that is uncomfortable here or in the heart or in the body, they should make noise and they should stop. This is how we have to do. And sex education actually need not be given to such little ones if you do them this. Also give them that beautiful time with the mother, saying that whatever you come and say, as Piali mentioned, they need to be heard. Listen to everything completely, hug them, make them feel assured and say, whatever may happen to you, child, I am here with you, and I will ensure that if you are uncomfortable, I will put an end to it in all cases, under all circumstances. Then is where the child is going to have a beautiful childhood. Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Anuradha. I think Rajni, you got that answer, but a little bit of still she has that. She's talking about why do we have different ways of urinating or dressing? That's what, the question, because sometimes a small child may have that curiosity to ask that why is a boy might say that I'm standing and urinating, and maybe a girl is sitting and then doing it. So how do we teach that? Is that the question, right, Rajni? That's what you wanted to ask? Yes, exactly. So that's what, how do we explain this to
Okay.
the small age group? Yeah, that's what the question is.
So, one more thing is now, because of the Western toilets and all that, the boys now started urinating
Yeah,
like that. Otherwise,
correct.
if you go back to our tradition,
Hmm.
boys and girls sit down and
They sit
urinate.
down. Yeah.
Okay, so actually, health wise, and according to your spinal cord wise, and in all ways, if they also sit down and urinate, is beautiful. The only reason, because of the Western toilets only, this has happened. Otherwise, if you go back and ask your grandfathers and your fathers, they would actually sit down and urinate.
Hmm.
So we have to change the uh, the mode of that. And however, for the little ones, to be very honest, I recommend that they do it like that. But because it doesn't work out like that, Rajni, you can actually tell them that. You can actually tell them that because it is a see. I am different from you. There is something called an apple. You cut it and you eat, but banana you peel. Have you understood? So every fruit has a unique way of eating it. So every person, mummy, daddy, you, sister, and all of them, we all have different ways of doing certain things. That is why girls are, see, now the whole point is now, how did the little children get to know that the girls will do it like this and boys?
Yeah.
The only reason is because we do not maintain that privacy. Like, for example, no girl child, whether it is a brother or sister or boy or girl or whoever, even two boys together, should not use the same washroom with the doors open and things like that. And changing dresses, all these kind of things happen as normalized in the house. And then when they have these questions, the adults are unable to answer. So the boy should know what he is doing. He only should know. Like, he shouldn't know what the mother is doing and what the sister is doing or what the father is doing. It is all something that has to be done in private. So you can just tell them that, as all we eat all different kinds of fruit in a different way, in the same way everybody has a different way of doing things, and this is how we do it, and let us do it like that. So very simple words. More than that, you don't have to explain.
Yeah. I think that's
Yes.
a beautiful explanation.
Pratyot,
I think that's the right
Pratyot,
thing.
I understand many questions are there. That is where, you have Piyali, you have Priyadarshini, you have Preeti, you have Megha, you have Ryan, and you have Manika, and you have. So please get back to us. We will help you understand in a very, very deeper way.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Anuradha. That was really lovely. And a lot of things like, yeah, it was like you explained it in such an easy manner. I think many of us may not, we feel a little shy to even talk about it, but you explained everything so beautifully. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I want everybody, who are here in the room, please feel free to put up any kind of question that you have. I know it takes a little courage, but we are all here to do the same. We are all here. That's the main intention behind doing this session for you all, because I know many times there are a lot of things that we keep thinking, but there is something which stops us to even talk about it, something which we don't want to share with anyone, we don't want to discuss with anyone, and we feel that don't know what should I actually say about it or not. So please feel free to ask anything that comes to your mind. We are here even if we end this session, so just to let all of you here who are in the room, we have created a room, a WhatsApp group for all of you. So you all can be a part of that group anytime you feel that you have any questions that are not being answered here. So you can and we all seven will be there in that particular group. You can feel free to connect with any of the person you want to and discuss your queries personally also, or if you want to just put in the questions in the group, you are most welcome to put in your questions, and any one of you who is relatable to that particular question will be really happy to help you out. So just feel free and share your questions, share your queries, be it screen addiction, be it your any habits, be it anything that is been there in your mind. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so Nayan, I think you are ready to answer the question that I have, and that's one of the thing which, because one of my client was actually behind me to take up this in the session, and it's about the parents' beliefs and the fears that keeps hurting them. So instead of focusing on the solution, they keep repeating the problems. So how can you help that particular parent? Nayan, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon. And I'm sorry, it's good evening. It's a 4 o'clock. Happy Women's Day to everybody. And first of all, I wanted to thanks each one of you, those who have joined as a friend, as a, to do support us. So thank you so much, because it is really a very powerful day today for us. Every day is powerful, but today is a little different, energetic day. Despite of that, you are here. That means you are really, very, you want to grow. You wanted to grow for yourself and for your child. So thank you so much. And yes, so the first question which you asked me just a few minutes ago, just wanted to give answer on that. So is that okay? I would,
Yes. Yes, Nan, please go ahead.
yeah, I
So
wanted to
it's
give.
about the parents' beliefs and fears.
Yes, yes, yes. So I just wanted to ask all of you, do you have any beliefs? Still, we are learning, but still we have some beliefs, right? The very, what I can say, very popular belief as a mother we all have is, if my child will not study, he will ruin his future. How many of you have that fear? Raise your hands. Yes. So, see, I also having that fear, but earlier I used to have this fear, and I was like, projecting that fear to my child, like my daughter. You never study. If you not study, you will not get the things. You will not do anything in your life like this. I'm just putting that all my beliefs to her, like what I'm feeling inside ki I'm just pushing her so that she can study, so that she will, that push will motivate her. But I was wrong. This is not a motivation. This is what we are doing from our underlying belief system, and from our fears, from our own emotions, and from our fears. And where these fears are coming from the society, from our emotions, from our childhood, what our parents did to us. Like, हमारे जमाने में क्या था कि if you not scored good marks in 10th standard, you will not get good college, you will not get this, that, like that. The same fear we are keep pushing, we are keep, borrowing that, and we are putting on into our child. But what our child is receiving, can you tell me that? They are receiving like, I'm not capable, I'm not doing enough, I can't do this. Because this is not only thing today's teenagers are having. This 2 years learning what teaches me about my daughters. I have not told you, I have two beautiful teenager daughters. One is almost adult, she's 18 plus, and one is 13. But what I understand and what I realize from this 2 year learning is I am not the only person who is having challenges. My daughters, my teenagers having lot of struggles and challenges. I hope many of you have resonated with that. We are thinking we are having so many problems. My child is not studying. My child is not listening. If she will not listen, I don't know what will happen to her. How would be her life? I was also that person some point of time. So I wanted to tell you here that these fears only creating the problems. And child is having that emotional overload. Not because of us. Our intention is pure because we wanted to have everything good for our child. Nobody is here like किसी को अपने बच्चे के बारे में कुछ गलत नहीं. We all have very pure intention. Even me. But the language, like Piali said, we are focusing always on problem unknowingly, unintentionally. We are not focusing on solution. Even just if you give me permission, I wanted to give you a latest example. Just a day before yesterday, I was having conversation with one of the parent, and her boy is just in 12th standard, and from 2 years that boy is telling her parents that I wanted to become a pilot. And the mother questions to me that we don't have money. Can you please talk with my child that he will just explore new options? So I told her, I don't want to talk with your child first. I will talk with you because I wanted to understand more from her. So while talking, I realize she is having that underlying belief that my child will never do this pilot thing. Why? Because he's a very average student. He's not scoring well in his whole academic. First time I heard that her boy is not like screen addicted child, which is a very good sign. But at the same time, child is very stubborn. The word she is using, he's very stubborn. But actually, while speaking to her, I understand child is not stubborn. Parents are having that fear and underlying belief that my child will never do this. I know that, and she used this word. I know that. If we are ready to put money, but I know my child will not do this. Are you understanding? So I'm not saying the mother is wrong here, but unknowingly you're breaking that confidence from your child. बिकॉज कॉन्फिडेंस का बलात्कार में हमारे एक मेंटोर कहते हैं पूरी दुनिया बैठी है कॉन्फिडेंस का बलात्कार करने के लिए. बट इफ योर चाइल्ड not getting that boost or not getting that support from your house, from the parents, where will your child will go? So as a parent, our role is not to control the child. Our role is not to put our expectations to our child, but to chase their dreams in such a way that we should guide and we should give direction to their dreams. I know कि बच्चे ने बोला वो पायलट बनेगा तो doesn't mean कि वो बनेगा, but you have to acknowledge, you have to support his dream, and you ask some questions. That is a different role. But this is one powerful thing I learned in those 2 years. Whenever your child come to you, don't be always like in a lecture mode. A minute our child will open up the mouth, no, we start giving lecture and advice. Oh no no no, हमारे पास पैसे नहीं, खर्चा बहुत है, ये हमारे लिए नहीं है. ये इसमें मैं भी थी. Let me to be very honest, इसमें मैं भी थी. So now I understand a very big point. Whenever your child come, first listen. before you are giving advice, first listen, then ask some questions. They come with a fantasy. हाँ मैं बन सकता हूँ, हाँ मैं बनूंगा. But they are also trying, they are exploring. एंड मैंने उस मदर को बोला, सच अ गुड चाइल्ड. आज के जमाने में जहां बच्चे बस स्क्रीन में लेके बैठे, योर चाइल्ड इज एटलीस्ट ओपनिंग अप एंड शेयरिंग दैट ही वांटेड टू बी अ सम, लाइक कुछ तो बनने का उसका एक उसको ये है, like कुछ तो ड्रीम है. Now today's in today's world, if you see, like I am interacting with many parents in one-to-one sessions, but always I am having that one question: my child is not focused, my child is this, is always on the phone. But this is the first time I am hearing the child has having that dream, and he is so stubborn for his dream. I also asked that mother, that since how long he's talking about his dreams. She's telling from 2 years. So now I guided her, but that is what the every mother, like, fears, underlying beliefs. So every mother has to work on her belief system. Of course, learning is the best media. But yes, that is what one powerful thing I wanted to tell each and every mother right here, or whoever is watching our recording, that whenever your child come, whether the age is 10, 8, 7, 6, 13, 18, just first listen. Never say you can't do it. Like my mentor always says, till your last breath, don't say I can't do this. Don't say this is enough for me. So like that, you know what is your child will do, or what are the options you can create. But first of all, respect his feelings and respect his whatever he's wanted to say you, what is he wanted to deliver you. First listen, acknowledge, because that acknowledge thing will send a very powerful message to the child: my feelings are important, my dreams are important, I am important.
Absolutely, absolutely, Nayan. Yes. I think that's yeah. So
So
that was really, really a wonderful, explanation to that question. And in a very simple manner, you've explained me. And I feel that, yes, that's one of the thing which, we keep hearing from parents, because parents have their own pre-assumptions, because they have experienced something from their life, and they feel that the child is also going to face the same consequences. But then we need to understand that a child is a separate entity, right? So what we have been through, it's not necessarily that the child will also go through the same thing. And in today's life, when AI is coming, there are hundreds and hundreds job opportunities available. And in fact, what I feel is, after 10 years from now, or maybe 5 to 10 years from now, we don't know what kind of jobs will be available for the child. What's important right now for everyone in here, as a parent, it's we need to build that emotional resilience power. We need to build that leadership skills. We need to work on their communication. We need to build on their interpersonal and intrapersonal skills, because those are the skills which are going to be helpful for your child in the coming years. No matter which, because see, in the academics, what we see in schools, this is something which is not being taught in schools. It is purely about the marks, it is purely about their performance. They are least concerned about what skills the child has to develop, and especially about the emotional resilience. We see there are so many cases coming up every now and then, because of the parents' pressure, the child is taking some steps, which is very, very heartbreaking, for all mothers specifically. But again, that awareness about understanding your child first is what is really important, right? So, and that's the same even for all the women here present in the room. I would want you also to start identifying your own strength, identify your potential, because many a times we are just working blindly without understanding what is good for us, what is actually going to help us in the long run, not just about earning money, but about happy internal happiness, that is the most important aspect. So understand your own strength and understand your child's strength. So Nayan, I'm sure the parent that you were talking about, because she has those beliefs that the child will not perform well, I'm sure and yeah, that's a different case where the child is focused, the child is has a dream, he has a clear goal in front of him, but still the mother is just maybe because of some reason she has made that assumption that maybe my child is not able to do it. So that's where the child's confidence is going to break, and this confidence and decision making power, it doesn't come from 11th or 12th standard, but it starts from the very early age. When the child is small, how many of us actually tell our child कि ये कपड़े नहीं, ये वाले पहनो, ये नहीं अच्छे लग रहे हैं, and the child says कि मम्मा मुझे ये ड्रेस पहनी, and we say नहीं, ये कैसे, लोग क्या कहेंगे, you're going in a party, just wear some beautiful dress. That's the first time when we are actually taking away their decision making power. That's the first place where the decision making, बच्चे को लगता है कि नहीं, मैं जो decide कर रहा हूँ, that is not going to be, that's not good, that's not relevant for others. And slowly and gradually we don't realize our intention is pure, but unknowingly we are actually taking away those skills from our child, taking away those decision making powers, and then the child is always dependent. How many of you feel that the बच्चा हमेशा मम्मी मैं ये कर लूं, मम्मी मैं ये खा लूं, मम्मी मैं बाहर चला जाऊं, मम्मी मैं अब ये कर, so and then you feel that क्यों मेरा बेटा बच्चा इतना बार बार मेरे पीछे पड़ा रहता है, why are you not independent, why don't you take your own decision? Because you have not given the opportunity, because you didn't allow it from the very early age. You are always behind your child telling कि ऐसे करो, this is the clothes, these are the clothes you have to wear, this is how you have to talk to the people. Let the child be as is, like how he is, right?
Just
Okay.
wanted to say one
Yes.
thing that, like Piali mentioned, wherever your focus goes, your energy flows, and everything is energy. So
Absolutely.
instead of focusing on problem, focused on solution. My child is not listening. Let me see how can my child listen. How can I support my child in this
Absolutely.
journey?
Just changing the perspective is
Yeah,
what is in.
changing the whole perspective will change
Yes.
immediately. That is
Yes.
what one beautiful thing last month only I heard. One of the coaches only talking about focus. The statement, what you're talking, see the focus, where your focus is going, on problem or on solution. Such a wonderful line and such a
Yes.
simple. That
Yes.
is the
Absolutely.
message I will give each and every mother. Just see
Yes.
where your focus is on problem or solution, not only parenting, in each area. That's
Yes,
it.
yes. Wonderful, wonderfully explained. Okay, so now I would just want Preeti to say a little bit about, about her own domain. Preeti, what you can say about, because you are already into women empowerment, you're already training a lot of women out there. So what do you want to say on this Women's Day to all the mothers and all the women here?
Yeah, actually, from past 16 years, I have been in teaching, and I saw many parents that they start complaining towards their studies, only studies. They are focusing on the problem, as everyone is saying, like problem. Everybody is focusing on the problem.
Yes.
Right now, I'm at my hometown. So what I saw is today, my nephew's school is there, and they given a lot of homework to him. Lot of, like, means he's just writing, kept on writing it. Means for hours he's writing it. So it's completely. I was completely stuck. Why schools are like doing that much work,
Yeah.
right? वो सिर्फ focus किस पे, like keep on writing it. You need to go for good marks. That should not be happen, because we are living in the golden era, right? So where 19th and 20th century, like 19th century was there, like that time, the Britishers told that कि yes, अभी हमें सिर्फ इनको job के लिए prepare करना है ना, not right. We are living in the era of AI, so we need to focus on the kids. You can say like skill development instead of just learning and writing and right na marks के पीछे नहीं,
Yes.
only for focus for the betterment of the skills, how we can improve our kids skill, right? So basically brain, when I started studying about the back, so whatever things we have right now for brain and mathematical concept, I came to know that people who are into teaching only, They opened up the textbook, start doing question, and then shut the book. What is the role of mathematics in the real life? They are not, aligning with the question, right? ठीक है, sin theta, cos theta, Pythagoras theorem होता है, that's it. I was completely blind now because for past 16 years, everyone is focusing on the marks और क्या सीख रहे हैं, कहाँ implementation, they do not bother about that. So it's the rest of you, whatever you said about the parenting,
Yes.
I need to focus on the teachers as well. They have to be well prepared while coming for the class. It's not like you have to teach only from the textbook, but apart from them, you have to listen to your, the kids' brain as well, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, Preeti. Thank you so much. This was such a lovely, sharing from your end. I know, like most of the time, it's the schools basically, the academic system today is only focusing on the marks. And now that we are talking about the marks, I'll just take a small permission from you all to share a big news with you all. I am actually writing a book, and because we are actually just to be with it. Okay. And the book name itself is Beyond Marks. So that's the book that I am writing, and it is very soon launching in the month, like probably by next month, it will be launched. And that's the core, when everybody is talking about the same thing. And I feel this is so, so relatable. Like every parent is actually facing the same thing, because we know that we all are. Schools today is just focusing on the marks, on the academics, but they are not preparing the child for the skills that is going to be needed after a few years, right? So this book is for all the parents out there. Yes, it's a transformational parenting and a mind training book that challenges the long-standing belief that marks alone define. Because we know that we have heard this thing since we were child, that agar marks अच्छे आए तभी, that means you are in. Even I was the one who always felt, and I always look upon the other kids in my class as the most intelligent people, because they were scoring high marks and I was a very average scorer in my school. And I felt, because that girl is scoring so good marks, that means she's so intelligent, she has so much of potential. And I have been in that journey. And this book is specifically written for all the parents of children 8 to 18. However, this is for everybody, I feel, all the parents. And this will definitely shift your perspective from not looking just for the marks, not just focusing on the marks of your child, but also looking on different other skills that are being required. So just to announce this, I felt this is the right moment. I couldn't get even a better time to actually celebrate this small win of mine. This book I have been writing since very long, and I know I have put all my learnings and my experience into this book, in creating this for all the parents out there. And I hope I will do justice to you all in answering a lot of questions that you will find in this book. I am going to be giving you a pre-launch offer also on the ebook, because first the ebook will be launched by April, and I will be giving you a pre-launch offer, and the details will be shared on the WhatsApp group. So I've already given the link of the chat on the chat. So please join the WhatsApp group if you really want to have more support, more discussion about your any kind of queries that you have. I know there are a lot of parents who have still not asked any question, who are here, who want to ask. I can feel that people want to ask, but for some reason they're not asking. So please, this is the group for you all. We all will be here to support you even after the session gets over. So yeah. Anybody else who would like to say anything, or can we do a small activity? Anuradha, can we do a small activity? I guess you were talking about one of the activity that we can do. Anu, are you there? Anuradha, can you listen? Okay. So can we do a small activity just to wrap up the session? And in case if you still anybody has any questions, please do drop in the question. Meanwhile, we'll do a small activity. Okay. So
Yeah,
बहुत सारी learning हो गई आज.
first
Yes.
of all, Monica, I just wanted to give you a big, big round of applause and
Oh,
congratulations for your pre-launch book. Yeah,
thank
such
you, thank
great,
you,
Yes,
great, great.
congratulations,
thank you so much. Thank you.
I want to just share one thing before like we go to the activity. One small thing is coming in my mind. See, as Priyadarshini started the session with the role, and here also mostly we talked about our role, which is a mother's role. And also I can see there is one comment Priyadarshini made over here, connection before correction, which is very true. And it's like
Yes.
nowadays we are hearing that. But where is the problem? And this is very important for Women's Day today. We all moms who are present over here, we need to understand that the problem is we cannot connect with our children unless and until we can connect our true self. So if
Very
we,
true.
I observed with number of moms, when I asked them, they are talking in terms of they're talking about their children in terms of what they have been conditioned. That is not their true self. At the
Yes.
age of 40, 45, 50, they are understanding, okay, I have the emotional pattern of fear. Now, if you have the emotional pattern, which is not a particular emotion, but you have the pattern, means every day, almost every day, you repeat that pattern. If you have the pattern of fear, or if you have the pattern of worry, if you have the pattern of insecurity, you will see everything through that
From
filter.
that perspective, yes,
So
absolutely.
it's not possible for you to connect your child, not at all, even though you want. So if you want to connect your child, before connecting your child, connect yourself, connect your true self.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
Thank you, Piali, for
connect
that.
the
Yes,
true woman. That is the essence of
essence.
Women's Day.
Yes, yes.
That's it.
Okay, all right. So we would like to, just end our session today with a small activity from Anuradha. Anuradha, can we just do a small activity and we can then wrap our session? Okay. All right. So I would still request everyone to please be on camera. Would be lovely if you do it with your camera switched on. Okay. Yes, Anuradha, go ahead.
Wonderful session. Thank you very much. These activities are done to completely rejuvenate ourselves. It is very important that we take care of ourselves first so that we connect with ourselves. So we do so many things since morning. Okay, the moment we wake up, we do so many things. There are a few tips that we can do. If we want to keep ourselves free from all kinds of small little disturbances, we have thymus here. This is called thymus. Okay. And till we attain puberty, it is running all by itself. But after the puberty, we have to activate this so that we have greatest immunity power. And when we have immunity, then we are free from headaches, common colds, coughs, and all such kind of things. So if you do this regularly, you will not take any antibiotic. You will not visit doctors just like that. Okay. So when we do this, we say thymus exercise run. You just tap it, thymus exercise run, thymus exercise run. This is the thymus.
We have to
Thymus
say that?
exercise.
Do we have to say?
You can say it once.
Thymus
and it will start
exercise run.
Thymus exercise run. I'm saying it for all of you to get used to it. Thymus exercise run, thymus exercise run. You can do it as many times. Keep doing it while I say something. You can do it as many times as possible, before food, after you wake up, before you go to bed, while you are in the washroom, while you're brushing. This has no time, no limitation, no rule, no regulation. So whenever you remember, you can do this. And especially with all the boys and girls who hit puberty, if they do this, then they have great health. This is one exercise. The second thing is that your index fingers, okay? So this is called the inverted womb inside. So when you actually massage both sides, touch all the walls and slowly massage them inside the ear completely. When you slowly massage, now what will happen? If you are extremely tired, if your brain is totally ready to collapse, when you do this, suddenly there is a great energy that flows into your mind. And then you will become very fresh, so that you can go ahead. Mostly during your exams or your children's exams, you can make them do this just before any important meeting that you have or any session. Now, we were sitting here for almost 1.5 hours, right? Now you have to take all your energies back and go to your chores. So once we do this, we are totally rejuvenate. And then your thumb behind the ear, slowly, gently massage. Behind your ear, slowly, gently, if you massage, then you can really feel very comfortably, slowly. And then we have earrings, but this part, if you press it and just pull, press and pull, then there is a lot of direct activation in your brain. So before your children's final exams or any exams, just tell them after they take the paper or they're waiting for their paper to come, if they do these two exercises, one is inside and then pull, whatever they have learned, maybe first day of their academic year, it will come back to them. Recollection will happen. And before you sit down to study any subject, if you do these exercises and you do it, then it is wonderful. And then this point is very, very important. So if you can tap this and the temples, if you are able to tap, and around the ears, just slide. If you do this slowly, the entire energies come back to you. And especially your head. Just do this. And you can do this anytime, anytime. In the olden days, all of us would have that head massage and all done by our parents and grandmothers. Today, we don't apply oil and we don't go out for many reasons, and we don't do it very often also. Hence, all that chappies and champies are all gone. So if you can do this all by yourself, nothing like it. And finally, with your thumb and this, if you can just press your eyebrows, very gently, please do it. You will see there is a lot of ease. And you'll really feel very, very relaxed. Completely relaxed. And every day, if you can, just be in this question. Don't look for answers, but say, what contribution can I be to myself? What contribution can I be to myself? What contribution can I be to myself? And everything will be taken care of. Thank you very much, Manika. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Anu. That was amazing. And I'm sure you all have done this.
First time we are doing this. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, these were lovely exercises and very easy. Like just like we are working, our focus is only on the computer, but just by sitting, if we keep doing these exercises, this will just give us those energy back. So yeah, thank you so much to all the panelists here. Thank you so much for taking out your time on the Sunday evening and being with us, celebrating the power of women, celebrating this Women's Day with all of us. And to all the people who joined us today, thank you so much for being here till the end. And we have a special bonus also that we will be sharing on the WhatsApp group. So please be a part of that WhatsApp group. Don't miss out that opportunity, because we all have something for you for being here today. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here and taking out your time. And happy Women's Day to each one of you once again. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Love you all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Let's take one photo. Don't go.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Can I take it or anybody's
And
taking
let me play the music once again meanwhile, so it will be nice ending, na? Hannah, Manika?
Yes, yes, of course. No doubt about it. We can dance also if everybody wants. Okay, I suppose.
Okay, I'll make it like this.
Okay, thank you. I hope somebody has taken a picture. I have. No one has? Okay, let's do it once again and I'll just press my screenshot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So anybody wants to tag us, you all can tag us also on the social media. And if you all can, if you have anybody has taken the pictures, please do tag us on social media and put that on your stories and all. So lovely having you all here. I hope we were able to answer some of the questions that you had. And if you still have any other questions for any of our panelists, please do send us the queries and we will be happy to answer you all. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll just put up this thing. Give me a moment. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your Sunday evening with your family. Bye bye.
Thank you, Manika.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malika. Thank you,
Yeah. All right.
everyone.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Bye bye.
everyone.
Happy Women's Day, everyone.
Happy Women's Day, everyone.
Happy
Thank
Women's
you.
Day.
Okay. You may leave the session now.